Born believing itself to be superior to all its peers, and delusional in thinking itself to be the chosen child of the great horned rats, the Skaven plots against his own people to climb the social structure of its race. The Skaven, a species of vermin rats that stand as a man would, though no taller than a dwarven, are a race that fights amongst themselves more often than they would against their enemies. Coated in greasy fur, with skin so thin that one may see their veins and bones underneath, they are almost unpleasant to look upon, as one might see a demon of Nurgle. These rat creatures, though constantly fighting, are a strong species. Because the weak are killed quickly, the strong and cunning are the ones that lead their people to invade, kill, and eat when their enemies are not looking. While gods like Sigmar lead his Stormcast Eternals against the armies of chaos, or Nagash claiming all mortal souls as his, the Skaven god, the great horned rat, is a god who scatters away and picks upon the weak and dead for scraps of food. The great horned rat, a tenacious god of rats, plots, diseases, and more, is described as the new fourth chaos god ever since the imprisonment of Slaanesh. While each Skaven is a narcissistic thing, it is the rat god who they have any sense of loyalty to. After all, it is the great horned rat that taught his people the way of being cunning and to attack when their enemies are weak or unaware of his challenger. It was this god that continued the Skaven race ever since the destruction of the world that was. Across the Skaven tribes, the Great Horned Rat has many different identities. To the Verminous clan, the Great Horned Rat is named the Great Conqueror. Named the King of Lashes, this god demands war from his people against the inferior races of the immortal realms. A god who cracks a barbed whip upon the warrior and slave on the battlefield, this god pushes his people forward to conquer the mortal realms. To Clan Pestilence, they see their god as a slouching, fat deity of plagues, corruption, and diseases. Named the Great Corruptor, this god demands his people to go and spread his diseases across realms, to weaken the enemy and conquer in his name. Meanwhile, Clan Screed identify their god as the Dark Innovator, a great bulky machinery god who encourages his people to experiment with flesh and to create new machineries of war. Aspects such as these represent the barbarity and vile nature of the Skaven. War-hungry, riddled with diseases, and twisted in the mind, it is no wonder why other species of the mortal realms see the Skaven as disgusting creatures. Though the Skaven species are scattered across the mortal realms, to even underneath the heavenly Aesir itself, there is a kingdom where most Skaven hide and plot. Named Blight City, capital of the Skaven Kingdom, the Ender Empire, this sickening city is as grotesque as the species. Always expanding, fattened with buildings and rotten wood, almost entangling with each other, Blight City is where these filthy things turn to. It is here where Skaven scientists practice with human flesh to create machinery that can harness the dark powers of chaos, and where the clans fight and plot amongst themselves for dominance. Though the Skaven are nothing but literal vermin to other gods and their worshippers, they are truly an underestimated threat. Unknown to all, below their very feet, there may be an ocean of rats. Too ignorant to think anything else of these rats, they will charge as a tide of fur when the time comes. While Sigmar and Nagash war for the souls of the dead, as lightning and chilling shrieks ruin the realms, the Skaven wait to pick upon what might remain of a broken reality, such as what they did during the destruction of the world that was.